Caroline Wilhelm. Welcome to my podcast, Moms Have This to Say. My child was so excited to have school on her iPad. She thought it was fun until the Zoom started. Then the kids started speaking all at once, and she couldn't compete with all the voices, and at that point, she zoned out. Kindergarten kids love to talk. My child was so frustrated because it was chaotic. Imagine all kids speaking at the same time. Chaos. She walked away from her iPad, and I had to go get her back, come and sit down and continue with her Zoom class. And literally, that's how Zoom classes look for us. Distance learning is not my favorite. So today's topic, what are your Zoom and online learning challenges during this pandemic? What is remote learning, you ask? Remote learning is when teachers and students temporarily move out of their physical classroom to a virtual online space. This pandemic has forced all families into a totally different school experience. For me, remote learning is a nightmare. Zoom classes for most parents are not ideal. Though some kids like them, my child has attention issues, and remote learning is very challenging for us. My question is, how is it working for you? Are you having an easier time than me? Maybe you are, maybe you're not. I just assume most parents are on the same boat as I am. So I started to research ways in which we can best teach our kids at home, how to make remote learning successful, and here are some of the ideas. Establish routines and manage expectations. Keep your bedtime routines the way they were. Let them get up and get dressed as if they're heading to school. Have a flexible schedule that can be changed if necessary. And for parents with kids with limited attention, like my child, break up their schedule in half-hour chunks, giving the child the best chance at a successful online learning day with a reward at the end of a successful day. Another thing I've learned is choose an ideal area to learn. Set up a location in your home purely for virtual learning. A place that's quiet, that has little distraction, and has great internet access. And make sure your internet space is safe. Restrict internet access and have a limit on internet recreation. Basically, you have to monitor what your kids are doing at all times. Just another extra work for the parents. Another thing, do not isolate. Make sure that you're in communication with the school on a regular basis. Make sure your kid has access to their friends. You can do that via Zoom or via FaceTime, but make sure they stay connected to their little school friends. Just normalize this time that we're in for them because it's stressful for them too. Another thing I've learned is empower your kids to be independent and to take ownership of their schooling. No parent can be all in all. You are not a teacher. You can be a facilitator. Parents can assist and cheerlead, but older kids can be responsible for their own learning. The younger kids need a little more assistance, but the older kids can be given ownership of their education. Get them involved. Get them involved in letting them own their learning. It'll be helpful for the parent. Find out what their barriers are in learning. Are they losing attention? Why are they losing attention? Is the space not ideal? What is the barrier for learning for your child? Are they a little stressed because this just looks different? What is it that is causing them not to enjoy learning at home? Another thing is find out what motivates your children in learning. My child is motivated by internet games or a little internet video, so I use that as a reward. I'll make her do her work, and I'll tell her, after that, you can get whatever show you want to watch or whatever game you want to play. And again, you also have to limit the playtime. So for us, because our child has attention problems, we do half an hour chunks. So there's half an hour of schoolwork and half an hour of play. half an hour schoolwork, half an hour play. And she loves it. It's a great reward. That works for us. I'm not sure what works for you guys. It could be your child just needs time out to go and breathe the fresh air. Do it. Whatever works for them. Another thing is you have to create time for play. Some kids are in Zoom classes all day long. That's too much. Even for a grown-up, Zoom all day long is too much. So, create time for play. Let them go outside for a little bit. Breathe the fresh air. For us, we have a trampoline. Like, go jump on the trampoline for a bit. Or a little walk around the neighborhood. Whatever it is, just give them time outside. Let them not feel like this is like a little jail, like they have to be here all day long. They can take some breaks. And a play outside, just like school when they have physical education classes, give them a little bit of physical education, but in a more fun way, in a more home fun type of way. Check on the kids' work at the end of the day. Check to see if they finished the work they were supposed to do for those kids who are working independently. And for my kid, I have to check every half an hour what she's doing. But for those kids who are a little more independent, you can check their work at the beginning of the day to see what they're supposed to do for that day, and then check the work at the end of the day to make sure that they covered most of what they're supposed to do. And don't be too hard on them if they didn't finish everything. Remember, homeschooling for most kids is not ideal. They're just trying to survive. So help them out. Work with them. For the things that they weren't able to finish or accomplish, let's work with them in the evening after a little bit of a break. Work with them, make sure you can finish the work, or inform the teacher that that work wasn't able to be completed. If she can give them grace, and we can work on trying to complete it the next day. Make this work. This is not ideal for them too. Since most schooling is done online, make sure kids take a break from their laptops. Let them go outside and breathe the fresh air and monitor what they're doing online. A way to monitor what your kids are doing online is to go on their history and see what they've been working on. Make sure that all the sites that they were on are sites that are approved by you. Number 2, you have to restrict the sites that she or he can go to. So you have to do a lot of work, parents. Another thing is the reward system works like this. Disable most of what fun things they can do online, and then at the end of the day, when they're done with their schoolwork, then give them access to their fun activities that they like to do. Again, parents are not teachers. We're just learning together. So what other suggestions do you have to help with remote learning? If you have any other ideas that I could share with other parents, please reach out to us at info@momshavethistosay.com or reach us on our Instagram account at momshavethistosay. Let us know what your ideas are. There's always a way a mom can get help, and that is by all of us talking and sharing ideas. Your idea might be the best idea out there. Let's do motherhood together. We got this. I hope you'll come back and listen to what we have for next week. It's going to be awesome.